Good life, easy baby. We're back.
Again.
Good life, easy.
What's going on,
What's
Rahul?
good, bro?
The world is going through a global banking crisis.
Again, yet again.
So in the last 2 weeks, 3 banks have failed.
Yep.
SVB, though you've heard of,
Yep.
the Silicon Valley Bank. Signature Bank is another bank
Correct.
that is going through crisis, and another crypto bank which is called Silvergate Bank.
Silvergate, correct.
So that so Silvergate ka to it's very simple.
Silvergate, bro, crypto banks trash.
Yeah,
In this day and age, bro, it doesn't even surprise you.
right? So
If crypto banks are crashing, not surprised.
crypto is not trending. People are losing faith
Come
in crypto.
on, bro.
No one's buying NFTs anymore.
Yes.
So people are removing their deposits.
Nobody cares about crypto banks
But
anymore.
one of the main reasons for Silvergate to fail is FTX.
FTX only.
It's
no?
FTX
Yes.
because after the FTX scandal,
100%
people kind of lost faith altogether.
Yeah, it's a domino effect.
Yeah, and withdrawing their deposits.
It's all about withdrawals. Once
Once the panic sets in.
the deposits decrease and the withdrawals increase,
Yeah.
that's the end of a bank.
Yeah. But the major headlines was created when SVB went through the collapse.
Correct.
So with SVB, what's happened is, like in India, what happens is banks fail because of bad lending, right? Giving loans to people who can't pay them back. That's a big thing that we see out here. Recently, we had
Yeah.
the bank mergers
Yeah.
and whatnot
Yeah.
to solve this issue.
Yeah.
But in SVB, that's not the case. It's more like bad management because it's a 40-year-old bank. They've been doing good business all along. In the top 20 banks of America,
I think it's 16th. It was
16th
16th
or so.
largest bank in America.
16th largest bank in America. So all the money they had, what normally banks do is they want a safe investment for their money. So they buy government bonds. SVB did the same thing. They bought government bonds.
Correct.
America has a habit of just printing money and solving their inflation problems with that. So inflation went up. The Federal Reserve increased the interest rates.
Correct.
The bond prices, the new bonds that were issued at a lower price.
Correct.
So what happened is that the bonds that they bought were now devalued,
Correct.
right? So it was a loss on paper, not an
Correct.
official loss.
Correct.
So what started happening was that industry leaders, like the big guys who have their big deposits, you know, as in these startups and these Silicon Valley companies, the CEOs and the executives started talking amongst each other. Are
True.
you also having a problem? Because
True.
they're having a liquidity issue. Did they tell you the same thing?
True.
And this kind of created a panic and everyone wanted to withdraw. Yeah. So that kind of snowballed into
So
where we are at today.
Yeah. So SVB basically in the 1980s, it was formed for one reason only. It's to support tech companies.
Tech companies.
Right. And to invest in a lot of these startups.
Rightly so.
And a lot of these startups were relying on SVB because they were very lenient when it came to funding.
Correct.
Right. Now, another thing that happened is that, of course, they say that deposits went up like tenfold in 2021 because of COVID. Yeah. So what happened is that SVB started having a lot of liquid cash. And they say that they were doing so well in 2021, 2022 that from around $40 billion in liquidity, it went up to $140 billion. Right. So what happens is that banks have to invest. So they invested in, I think, some mortgage bonds.
Yeah.
Right.
Government
So
bonds,
what
yeah.
happens is once, like you said, if interest rates go up, you know, your bond value goes low.
Goes down.
And then what happens is that eventually word spread that there's something wrong
And
in
the panic
SVB.
sets in.
Something very similar happened in 2021 with SVB is that they had a hardcore some tech failure with their
Okay.
app. So what started happening is that if I'm making one transaction, it's getting traced as double. So
All right.
if I'm paying $1,000, $2,000 is going away from my bank account.
Hard.
So they were having a lot of these issues since the past 2-3 years. Customers were anyways a bit wary, you know, and then what happened is simple, right? Eventually you have to pay back your, so if you have to withdraw money and if these big tech companies are withdrawing, they're withdrawing in big amounts.
Big amounts.
Right? In millions, maybe billions.
Yeah.
And the scene with tech companies that cash moves very quick.
Very quick.
You know, you have to make those transactions quickly.
Yeah.
Withdrawals, deposits, withdrawal, deposits. What started happening is that, of course, SVB had to go and sell those bonds at a loss. Right? So they say that they sold the bonds at a loss of around $2 to $3 billion.
$2 billion.
Yeah. Now what's going to happen is that the more deposits, the lesser the deposits get, the more the withdrawals become.
Yeah.
You're finished. Your
Yeah.
balance sheet is cooked.
And it is cooked. It is cooked because what you said happened. They sold the bonds at a $2 billion loss. People panicked more, and people then what SVB did was they went to other banks and other companies to raise funds to make up for the loss. And that also snowballed into a bigger panic.
Correct.
And here we are at.
And now what they're saying is that this is not the only bank that has such a balance sheet. They're saying there are 34 banks in America that have similar situations. Now, what happened is that once SVB news came out, the entire banking sector has collapsed in America. $620 billion has been wiped off the market. Okay. The only two banks that the government, or not the government, I would say, that has like that certain score, security score, is JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley. Right? And they're saying that we're going to see a lot of these issues happening, not only in America, but throughout the world because of this issue.
Because of this. So, trust in the banking system, that's the key. But the people who are, the banks that are really going to suffer are the small and medium banks. The big banks can kind of handle those losses. The loss in the bonds was not only suffered by SVB and the banks like Signature Bank and whatnot, but also by big banks like Citibank and JP Morgan.
Absolutely.
And Citibank's loss in those bonds were like 47 billion.
Imagine. But
they can handle it.
But that's nothing for JP.
Yeah.
And
so, what is the solution? That they're going to either raise funds or get sold to another bank?
So Joe Biden came out and said that don't worry, all your deposits are safe. You will get back your money in 3 days' time. But my question to you is, how?
Yeah.
Where the fuck is the money coming from?
And there's a very famous saying that the American banking system is very robust.
Yeah.
Until the panic sets in.
Exactly. You can print money only until something fucks up.
Exactly. And you're not creating a strong foundation of your economy.
True.
In 1930s, the first banking crisis that happened, I think 9,000 banks closed down, and it all happened because of this panic where problems were created because of the immediate withdrawals.
Yes.
Altogether.
Yes. But the bank can't should have that much liquid, no?
Exactly.
So, for example, if a bank has, say, like 10,000 crores of deposits, they're not going to have 10,000 crores liquidity.
For every $1, they can loan out $10.
Yes.
So imagine.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So obviously, they're not going to have it at
100%. 100%.
Yeah. But hard, bro, and
very hard.
You're going to feel the repercussions out here also because they say that around 1 billion was Indian money.
A lot
of Indian startups. Yeah. And they don't want to reveal the names and whatnot. But I think Sikova is there.
Yeah, there
all the big venture guys.
There are quite a few. Silicon Valley, man. Naam sun ke you have to understand. Yeah. Could something to do with tech or something to do with startups.
And
but it's crazy how the entire bank suffered this entire thing in the span of 36 hours.
Exactly, bro. And if you want to go to the conspiracy angle, right before the announcement, bonuses were handed out. Right before the announcement, bonuses were handed out to the employees. And all the execs, top level execs, sold their shares like 2 days before. Or like a month in that month. Yeah. So obviously they know what.
So it's planned. Of course they know. Yeah. Protect yourself first.
Coincidence?
No.
Not
planned.
really.
No chance. Bro. I think anyone in a similar situation would do the same thing.
Of course, bro. Save your ass.
First save your ass, then aage ka dekh yaar, So it's crazy because I think now it's time. Now see, we've been even in our last few episodes, we've spoken about the downfall of America. Now you're seeing it happen.
Do you think this is the great reset?
Not the great reset, no, but I think there's a shift in dynamic. There's a shift in power, bro. Ain't no reset, bro. Like the reset happened long back.
Yeah.
But America is now done. Like,
it's done.
There's no way out.
Yeah.
$620 billion lost. There's no faith in the banking system.
There's no faith in the banking system.
You're seeing massive inflation is at 6%.
And also, that when the problems happen with the banks, you kind of really get scared. Like, what are we going to do?
Yes.
Then the economy obviously goes into a downward spiral because the sentiments of the people also... See, the market sentiments are the bad only. Stock market is doing bad, but when your sentiments also just down and low, you're not going out and spending money, businesses are not doing as good. Yeah. So it kind of seeps in into your daily life.
They're saying now it's so tough for Americans to buy a house that this time last year, to purchase a house was 34% cheaper. 34% cheaper. Now it's become 34% way more expensive. And as of last week, because of SVB, it's shot up by another 7%. So it's becoming way more expensive to buy houses. Wow. Now banks are not going to give out loans. Interest rates are up.
Yeah.
You know, so everything is going to get affected.
Everything is going to get affected.
And then, of course, unemployment.
Yeah, so are we entering a depression instead of a recession?
Bro, I think depression and recession both. But the fuck up is now, we rely on America so much that eventually we also have to face the same situation.
We have to, bro.
They are the big boys, you know. So whatever they do, we have to face it.
Yes, absolutely, bro. Credit Suisse, one of the top 30 lenders of the world, is facing the same issue. Their stock was 30% down in a day's time.
Yeah. Bro, not about that. It's 30% down. No, it's being traded around $2.9 right now.
Yeah.
And you know what happens, right? If it goes below 90 cents,
out.
The Nasdaq will see how long it's being traded for 90 cents, delisted.
The
minute you're on 90 cents, and if you're not being traded, if your value is not going up, delisted.
Yeah, so like the Swiss authorities are saying that this again bad management, but and even Credit Suisse has been in a couple of controversies with regards to being a banker for the arms dealers and the drug dealers
and the investments also
cartels,
got fucked up.
But so to deal with this issue, they borrowed $54 billion from the Swiss National Bank and started repaying their own loans to improve the public sentiment. Because in banking, this is true. You have to manage public sentiment. The bank can survive if there is no panic. If you give it enough time, someone or the other will come and buy it and rescue it. That's what history has taught. That's true. And to deal with these problems, like after 1930s, which was a huge issue, what America did is that the American government said that, listen, have trust in the banks, have trust in our banking system. The American government will insure $250,000 of your deposits.
Correct.
Okay, no matter what happens to the bank.
You'll get $250K back.
It will be insured. So don't worry.
But now what they're saying is because of SVB, that the government has come out and said that, okay, fuck $250K also. How much ever money you guys have deposited into the bank account, we'll still pay.
Yeah, so basically in SVB, unfortunately, for them, 97% of their depositors had more than 250,000. 97%.
Imagine.
And the government came out and said that don't worry, and we're not even going to use public money to solve this issue. So what I read is that after the 2008 crisis, the banks came together and pooled in funds
for such situations.
Because this happened to JP Morgan, na?
Yeah.
Right?
Same situation, correct.
So they pooled in money, and that is the funds that is going to be used. Yeah.
Oh, smart.
Another bank, the fourth bank, which is about to go, is I think the First Republic Bank of America. They are also in major crisis, and banks are coming out to help them take money. Because if you will go through this issue, then it will fucking come to us one day.
And we all know, bro, that the Federal Reserve is not a...
Yeah.
It's a private entity made up of the biggest banks in the world.
And a lot of blame has to go to the Federal Reserve also because of printing money, right? Secondly, to solve the inflation issue. Yes. Then inflation being caused because they thought that printing money will solve the problem. It didn't.
Correct.
America went through inflation and they just spiked up the the interest rates.
Interest rates, correct.
Yeah. And these are the bonds that you have given out.
Now you're seeing the repercussions of whatever is happening. Na? Yeah. Simple as that, bro. Yeah. I'm telling you, dude. It's going to be a tough few years, at least how I look at it.
Yeah. After 2008, this is the first we are seeing of this, right?
And I think people already predicted that 2023 is not going to be a good year.
They say that every 10 years a recession.
Yeah, it's like a cycle.
It's like a cycle.
It's like a cycle. Whatever goes up has to come down. Whatever goes down has to come
But on what you said, a very interesting point, that it's not the great reset. It's like the time America's time is done.
Yeah.
So every civilization kind of is at the helm.
True.
Once or the other, right? The Romans, the Indians, the Greeks, science and all comes from Egyptians.
Everyone is at the top at some point.
The Aztecs.
Yep.
The Native Americans, Chinese, right? All of these civilizations have been at their peak in the history, once or the other. So since the 1930s, America has been the superpower.
Yeah.
Okay. Of the world.
For the world, yeah. The big boys.
तो तेरे को लगता है कि अभी वो shift होने वाला है?
No, that what happens is that when you have lesser problems to deal with, you go a little crazy. So the people went a little crazy, I feel. The woke. You're seeing what's going down in America.
Yeah,
man.
bro.
Like the public shootings.
Yeah.
They say that, bro, drug usage in America is skyrocketing.
Skyrocketed. I
Chicago
believe
is finished
I believe
because
it.
there's so many fucking people that are just shooting heroin, meth.
Yeah.
So you're seeing the downfall of the greatest superpower. I would say at one point America was the dream, bro.
Your dream, bro.
Everyone's dream was to be in America at some point.
They call it also,
and now you're seeing,
And a lot of American citizens are now like talking about the funding that America is doing for Ukraine. Like you're giving out billions of dollars and America has a lot of problems. You know, let's use this money out here. And to that, I think it's fair, bro.
Correct.
It's fair that you help out.
Correct.
But then there has to be like a limit.
Yeah. No, my situation is right now that if you're going through so many problems, why are you instigating people? By you know,
bro, ये तो अरे
Why?
क्या point बोला, bro?
like
यही है, bro.
so see,
तुम ही उंगली कर रहे हो.
why you see right now you deal with your problems, be quiet. First figure your problems, then try and instigate Ukraine to go against Russia.
तो फिर नेटो के साइड से उंगली करो, ये करो, वो करो, बंद करो ना वो सब.
Correct. And whatever you say right now, Russia is in a good spot, bro.
Russian banks are not collapsing.
They're not collapsing. What happened to all those?
Russian economy is fertile.
Because Putin was smart. He knows the amount of energy that he has provides to Europe.
Yeah.
So that's that. And what's happening right now is that even the shift in the dollar. See, the only thing that is valuable right now in America is the dollar. Besides the dollar, there's absolutely nothing. If the dollar didn't exist, America would be in the dumps.
Talking on the dollar. So right now, America and Saudi are not very friendly.
Yeah.
They were best of friends.
Correct.
Like when America invaded any of the Arab nations, Saudi didn't say anything. And whatever Saudi did, America didn't say anything.
Correct.
After Khashoggi's death, Biden went against Saudi and Saudi felt really bad.
Yep.
How can you say that against us, right? Now we are not on your side only. So with inflation, the gas prices went crazy. America requested Saudi के please, you know, थोड़ा oil फटाफट बनाओ. तो Saudi ने बोला नहीं, हमने तो एक plant बंद कर दिया है.
Correct.
अभी हम फटाफट नहीं बना सकते.
Correct.
So I saw this short documentary on how MBS, he is now wanting to be in the talks of being a major superpower. So he doesn't want to be just seen as a religious hub
or a
religious place. He wants to be in the talks with India, China, Russia, America.
Saudi.
Yeah, Saudi. He wants Saudi in that talk.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, so what Saudi wants to do is Saudi wants to join BRICS. BRICS is an alliance between Brazil, Russia, India, China, right? And one of their main agendas was to buy fuel in their own currency.
Yeah.
Right? So in a neutral currency. Right now, all the fuel is bought and sold in dollars. Right? So the dollar is very stable because of the petrodollar.
Correct.
And the petrodollar came out when America went to Saudi and said that we'll protect you and, you know, we'll help you out.
Absolutely.
And Saudi needed that help.
Absolutely.
That made both these nations very rich.
Yep.
Okay. And they were very good friends all this while.
Yep.
Until now. And now Saudi is also wanting to enter BRICS.
Which
and
makes
saying
sense.
that, come on guys.
Let's do it.
Let's play our own game now.
Why not?
Let's play our own game.
Why not? Yes. Because see, whatever's happening in America also right now, the dollar rate is going to get affected. That being said, if the dollar rate gets affected, everyone's holdings are fucked.
Yeah. Bro, do you remember the early Illuminati videos on explaining about this Federal Reserve, that it's a private entity and...
They say that that recession is pre-planned.
Yeah.
So they plan like recession has to come at this point.
Recession is pre-planned. They're printing notes, you know, without any
reserves
or,
so
you know,
so
like
forth.
gold
That's
on the
mad.
side or whatnot.
That's mad.
So they always said that is going to create a big problem. Do you think that once we stop buying gas in dollars, like right now we bought gas from Russia in rupees?
In rupees, yes. That's been happening.
So that will eventually crash the dollar?
100%. It's bound to happen. Why would you rely on the dollar?
Yeah, why would you?
When the dollar is getting weaker by the day, it's not going to happen. You know, so
because that will really weaken the dollar, bro.
Yes.
Think about it.
And they're saying that's going to happen. That's bound to happen. I'm telling you, 5-6 years down the line, I think China is going to come into the picture.
Yeah, na?
It's China's time. Everyone was predicting it. I think it's China's time now for some time. The new superpower. I don't even think America can fuck with China right now.
Xi Jinping
again.
He went to Russia, na?
He went to Russia
For talks
for
with
what?
Putin.
For what? China and Russia getting together to do what?
Yeah, communist brotherhood.
To finish America. There's no way.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a smart one, bro. If you ask me, that's a smart one.
Yeah.
You know, why not?
Why not? You can't say top dog forever.
Yeah. And I also feel that another thing about America is that they just don't have any young, ambitious sort of person that's going to run for president. Everyone's just too old.
What do you think about Biden?
I don't think of him, bro.
Hmm?
You know, what to think? Like, I think what to
Insignificant,
say.
na? Yeah.
I just don't. I think it's a very, like, I understand he's old and all, but it's very, I think it's very weakening to have such a person who's representing your country.
Yeah, like from an Indian perspective, from a very outside perspective of mainstream media, at least Donald Trump, George Bush, Clinton,
Yeah.
Obama, they all had personalities.
Personalities, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Whereas Biden, we know more about his medical issues than his personality.
Exactly. And the scene is that, yeah, I mean, in a way, that's true. That's true. That's true. See, whatever you say, whatever you say about Modi, but when Modi came into the picture, bro, India was on the global map, bro.
See, bro,
We
that's a
made it.
fact.
India का नाम रोशन किया भाई.
Bro, kiya hai.
You know, India का नाम रोशन.
100
Whatever you
टका.
say, hate how much
100%.
ever you want, love how much ever you want, the man has done wonders for the country. At least when it
100%.
comes to the name.
100%.
Naam.
I agree with this. Recently,
And that's the same thing Obama did for America.
exactly.
When Obama was president, America was loved.
America was
because of Obama being the fucking spokesperson for the country.
True. And it matters, bro.
100%.
You got to be charismatic and you got to show power and authority.
100%.
So whatever we think of Putin, the Russians love him, bro.
The Russians love him.
Right?
100%.
Because they know that he is the leader.
Yes.
He's the savior.
Yes.
He's done good.
Yes.
And he portrays a strong image of Russia outside.
Correct.
So they appreciate it, bro.
Facts.
Yeah. And leaders should be strong.
Facts.
They should be a little...
You know it.
You know what I'm saying?
You know it. They should be a little scary. They don't fuck with us.
So fir...
ऐसा नहीं कि you're just being taken for a ride.
Exactly, bro. And so recently, the Reserve Bank of India is working on a deal with maybe 13 or 14 countries, including Germany, Russia, Japan, where they will have dealings, international dealings. So they want to start with business dealings and then they eventually want to make the rupee so strong that Rahul can travel to certain countries and use rupees.
Oh, wow.
Like how they use dollars.
Respect.
So right now they've started with business dealings with these 14, 15 countries, which is already done with, where they have created a system where those companies have a account in India, but it is their account, it is run by them, it is handled by their bank and whatnot. But the dealing is in rupee.
Superb.
Yeah.
Superb.
And you know what is the next dream
What?
in this process? Is to make the Indian passport strong.
Oh, that is much
Yeah.
needed, man. I
Yeah.
think if Indian passport becomes strong, no?
Yeah. So
many problems will be
very
solved.
rightly they said that what is national pride, right?
Yeah.
When your currency is worth
Used.
more
Yes,
than the local currency you're traveling
100%.
to, and when
You
your
feel that
passport
pride, yeah.
is so powerful that you don't need visas.
Visa on arrival everywhere, bitch. You know,
Bro.
I think we need to sort out our passport issues.
Yeah, nah, bro. Enough,
Fucking any country you want to go to, you have to fucking suffer at the visa office.
bro 6-7 हजार रुपए का तो
Shit, यार,
फटका लगता ही है एक तो.
ये अमेरिका का भी कितना वीजा हुआ है?
अमेरिका तो 2 साल वेटिंग था, bro.
I'm telling you, it's going to come
UK and all
down.
people spend 50,000, bro. तत्काल में करो.
Bro, I've spent 25,000 rupees for Tatkal.
हाँ, now it's 50,000.
Imagine.
Fucking
hell. 50 grand?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, fuck.
And people want to travel, so
Future is looking bright for India and the developing countries, I would say, you know. And
but I think, if you're talking about the banking system, I feel that अपना भी है लफड़ा, bro. I think
बहुत लफड़ा होने वाला है
lot
हम
of
लोग का.
bad loans, a lot of banks have a lot of bad loans and थोड़ा scrutiny करोगे ना,
Bro, it's going to happen.
खुले चोपड़े
No businesses are fucking clean.
लफड़ा ही दिखने वाला है.
No businesses are clean, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You know. And now what is the new term in the market? Not the new term, but what is the term that we should also look at is what is a cockroach startup?
Cockroach startup. ये क्या है, bro?
See, everyone was talking about the unicorns.
All right.
Unicorns, to reach the unicorns, you have to make X amount of money. Now people want to be the next cockroach startups because times are bad. You know, the only ones that can survive are the cockroach startups. The cockroaches can survive through any fucking calamity.
Oh.
Whether it be a nuclear bomb or the end of the world, the cockroach will survive.
Facts.
Now in any sort of recession or in any sort of calamity that's going to happen in the banking sector.
Correct.
Which sort of startups are going to survive? They are going to be known as the cockroach startups.
All right.
You know?
And I like that, bro.
So it's better to aim to be a cockroach startup in this day and age than a unicorn.
Absolutely.
Because the unicorns are slowly going bust.
Yo, bro, a lot of these unicorns turned out to be donkeys.
Yo, bro.
That's a fact, bro.
That's true.
That's a fact. So I like this. I've never heard of this, bro.
Yeah, cockroach startup.
Cockroach startup, and it makes sense, bro.
Yo.
Create a strong foundation and survive through the calamities.
And another way is that know what sort of expenses you're making.
Yeah.
You know, make sure that you're chasing profitability and not growth.
Exactly. Bro, some of these companies and their expenses, bro, when they take their, the company people out, WeWork का तू सुनता ना bro, तू shock हो जाता bro. Ski trips and all bro. Full, ऐसा नहीं कि only top execs bro.
Ski trips?
अरे ski trips for the full company.
Oh.
मतलब 200
expense bro.
Destination wedding जैसा होता है.
Write off ना expenses.
Of course. Write off होनी ना.
WeWork का क्या हुआ खत्म ना. Almost done.
खलास.
WeWork India का क्या हो रहा है bro? कुछ
है पर अभी finished.
Finished?
Yeah, the owner was eccentric to say the least.
Oh.
Yeah. Spent a lot of money. He made his own school with his own thought, like how Elon created his own school. Yeah. He made a school, went bust. So,
but apparently they say that how much of money this guy, the WeWork founder, exited at, WeWork is now worth lesser than that.
Yeah.
Like 1-2 billion or something.
Yes,
but now
yes,
WeWork
yes.
is worth like very less.
Yeah. See, the concept is good, right?
But concept is good for that period of time, the pandemic, pre-pandemic time.
I'm saying, but the concept works. It's not like it doesn't work. But if you think that this is only the way to go forward and you expand at a scale where you don't even see कि future में हो सकता है कि people don't want to do this or this model may not work. Right? You're just blindly going for that growth year on year, quarter on quarter.
For sure.
To make your stockholders happy.
Exactly.
You're going to fall down, bro.
It's going to happen. That's why, bro, we are got to aim to be a cockroach startup,
bro. What do they say, bro? पैर इतना ही फैला हो जितना चादर है ना.
हाँ, करेक्ट. औकात में रहो भाई. करेक्ट यार. बात तो सही है भाई. बात तो सही है. Nothing that you can't do, you know.
This
funding is down by 34%.
Yeah.
Compared to 2020, 2021.
SVB went through this issue because a lot of startups were just not performing. Yeah. So, of course, eventually people are going to realize.
VCs were going mad, bro, and the VCs were going crazy. Like when SVB crashed, the VCs were going mad because the majority of the startups' money was in the account.
Yeah.
So VCs were frantically calling the owners, yo, pull the fuck out right now, you know. मेरा पैसा साला SVB में मैं भी डूब जाऊंगा ना यार.
सही बात है. और ये लोग का सॉलिड है ना ब्रो. वो दूसरों के पैसे से खेलते हैं ना तो वो कॉन्फिडेंस अलग आता है कि अभी ब्रो डोंट टॉक टू मी अबाउट 1-5-10 crores ब्रो. बात करना है तो बड़ी बात करो. 100,000 की करो ब्रो तो मेरे पास टाइम है. बाकी बैठने के लिए टाइम भी नहीं है.
सही है.
You know,
very interesting.
Very
interesting to see. And I think then people slowly have that assumption now that okay, let's play around with the investors' money.
Yeah, because out of 10, one is a unicorn and then you make enough that.
That's true.
But I think eventually foundations are weak, building falls down.
Exactly, boy.
Yeah.
Facts.
Talking about bank bailouts, the government always saves the banks, right?
Correct.
To protect the public sentiment, to not create chaos. We saw this when Yes Bank went through problems in India also. Everyone went through chaos. Even I withdrawed money, bro. So do you think... Because my question is this, because banks fail because of mismanagement. Banks fail because of bad management, because of all this bribery and basically, you know, गलत काम करने से गलत होता है types.
Correct.
So, but still they're kind of bailed out by the government. Government always bails the banks out. So do you think the government should not bail the bank out sometimes and kind of let them face the brunt, because real change comes from, you know, going through real consequences?
I don't think that's possible because at the end of the day, a lot of people's lives are at risk.
True.
So if the government tells you fuck you to the bank, you're saying fuck you to your people.
True.
So that's not going to happen.
True.
Because your money's stuck.
True.
Right? And when anything gets fucked up, would you go to the government to try and solve your problems? So there's no way that they can put their hands up and be like, yo, your money's gone. Bro, there'll be riots. There'll be riots. होएगा ही नहीं, वो हो ही नहीं सकता. Government has to do something.
In America, though, bro, it's a joke. If you understand, so to protect the citizens from these issues, they have regulations. Banks have to follow these thousands of regulations.
Yes.
Right? So on the regulatory board of America and all, bro, who's there? SVB का main guy is there.
And the scene is now that
SVB के board में दूसरे बैंक का main guy is there. Bro, it's a full incestual thing.
And the scene is now that they say that the regulations on smaller banks are very lenient. Like it's very easy for these smaller banks to get away with things.
Yeah.
What I think is that smaller banks should not exist only. Let the big boys do the dealing. Have lesser banks.
Fair enough.
Have lesser banks. Just restrict yourself to 5 to 6 banks. And then just fucking deal with that.
Yeah, because or no, actually, the government can't run anything well, bro.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, like, what if it's like public like state bank and all, but where, bro?
Same.
Service देखा, bro, SBI का.
Same situation.
Private में business तो fast करते हैं, bro.
सही है भाई बात तो सही है.
One thing is good when there are more banks is competition kind of helps
interest
technology,
rates, FD rates,
interest rates, all of that. Good for the consumer.
But then all this also.
Bro, हर जगह से अपन ही अटकते हैं, bro.
Correct. We are always in the center.
आप
वैसा है भाई.
हाँ तो वो तो नहीं होगा ना, bro. Banks से मिलना है, I have to face the brand.
Banks can't. No.
Because think about it, bro. तू तेरे company में, you kind of sometimes in bad times, it's like you're walking on ice. You're very careful, treading lightly. But if you know, bro, कि मैं गिरूंगा भी, तो मेरे को immediately कोई बचाने आएगा. तो you'll take jumps and go faster ना.
Correct.
ठीक है.
100%.
तो वो होता ही है, bro.
100%, bro.
Oh, if it's जब वो risk नहीं होता ना.
I think right now cash is king. Bro. After a while you can say cash is king.
I was going to tell you this only, bro. Okay, I think it's time to bring back cash.
Yeah, it's time to bring cash back and it's time to invest in assets.
I completely agree, bro.
Because what is the point?
Bro, in my personal life, it's like I've been using so much GPay. I don't remember. Bro, I never thought, I used to walk around with a wallet, like a proper full wallet.
Yeah.
Bro, now, like America, those card holders are there with the 5 to 6 cards.
Correct.
I never thought I would use that.
Yes.
Because I always looked in movies and all and it looked cool but it was just like,
not for us.
My...
Yeah.
And
now it's like nobody carries cash.
I just recently realized that I've been doing it since the last 2 years. I only use GPay. And in that also only my card and maybe a little change here and there.
Nobody's carrying hard cash.
Nobody's carrying hard cash, bro, and I miss
but
it.
But bro, I think like when you carry hard cash, it feels good, bro.
1000%.
If you feel like, okay,
you feel good, bro.
You feel like a boss.
When you remote also, you pay like a boss, bro.
Yes.
Card ward chhod, bro. Yes.
Exactly.
I like cash, bro.
Even I like cash. Who doesn't?
And cash is like the first kind of answer to like the government also being like, oh, you can't regulate everything. You can't keep an eye on everything. You can't control everything.
Absolutely.
Oh, another big reason why Saudi and these BRIC countries want to deal in their own currency is because American sanctions, bro. America has so much power because of this.
Sanction karte rehte hain.
Right, so Russia and all these guys are like, bro, ye log kai ka sanction kar rahe? So Russian ministers and all their bank accounts frozen and all. Bro, कौन किसको पूछ के ये कर रहे हैं? अभी आप अपना मंडली बनाते हैं, bro.
हाँ, they are gundas.
हाँ,
gundas,
Yeah, कि ये अभी अमेरिका का दादागिरी नहीं चाहिए, bro.
Exactly.
अपना खुद का सिंडिकेट बनाते हैं. No.
खुद
अपना कोई मिनिस्टर का पैसा रुकना नहीं चाहिए, bro.
Exactly. तो फिर
अकाउंट्स फ्रीज कर देते हैं, एसेट ले लेते हैं, ब्रो. ये क्या चूतियागिरी है?
But Russia is now nobody's like. I mean, see, the thing with people also is people forget fast. Nobody's even talking about what's going on in Ukraine and Russia, right?
What's been your perspective on Russia over the ages?
I think, to be honest with you, I think I'm a big fan of Putin. Like his personality and where he's taken Russia. Like I'm a fan because whatever he does is wrong, like whatever sort of war he's waged on Ukraine and all, the same thing was also done by Obama.
Yeah.
The same thing was also done by George Bush.
Absolutely.
But these guys were also idolized, right? We know what people have, what Iraq has gone through, what Afghanistan went through.
Obama has done it 5 times more than George Bush.
That's what I'm saying. So that being said, Putin, dude, I think he has the strongest personality.
He does.
He's one world leader that dominates. Like if you put Putin in a room,
intimidating.
Putin will shine.
He will shine.
This guy's a beast.
You know that out of all the leaders, he's the most intimidating.
He's the most intimidating. And he doesn't give a fuck, bro. Fuck with me.
Yeah.
Try it.
That's his body language, bro.
Fuck with me.
बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है.
तू try कर कुछ. Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out. Bro, and a guy who's gone against the world.
The world, bro.
He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He didn't give a fuck. And to be honest with you, the devil is in the details. Look up now what the NATO did.
Yeah.
Look up what Ukraine did.
Absolutely.
Look all those things
Yeah.
up also.
That's what I'm saying. My question was that what is your perspective of Russia through the ages? Because growing up, I saw it as America is the good and Russia is the devil. Russia is the evil. Russia is the bad side. Playing Call of Duty.
Exactly.
Watching all the movies, right? That like hijacking of the plane and all is done by Russian agents and whatnot. Hearing about the KGB.
Imagine.
And then when you grow up, you find out that America does it all at the same level or more.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
But it's just that it's sold the story so
very
well.
Very
the
well.
American dream.
The American dream.
The American lifestyle. The values. It sold the story so well, and of course it has Hollywood, bro.
Hollywood. That's why.
So that has kind of influenced us.
Yes,
and now when I get to see both sides of the story, I of course realize, aisa nahi hai, bro. There is no good and bad. Sab chuti hai,
it's up to you. You have to figure your scene
exactly,
out.
Bro.
Exactly.
And Russia ne to apne ko help kiya hai, bro. When India needed help, Russia was there.
Yes, absolutely. They sent their navy ships to us to protect us.
Yeah, we won the war because of that, bro.
Yes. And that being said, a lot of people went against India also. That why is India dealing with Russia when there are sanctions being put by all the other countries? And why the fuck should India get involved, yaar?
Bro,
leave us alone, dude.
Leave us alone, and sanctions to theek hai, but India is not importing as much I think oil in a month what Europe is doing in a day.
Imagine.
Right now.
And nobody's talking about Europe.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, bro. Two-faced.
It's two-faced.
Two-faced.
It's two-faced. Everything, bro. They talk about India with this lens of that we are going through this, nationalism, and it's absolutely pro-right, and it's like we are going through this extremism. They're comparing us to the likes of a little bit. How Putin deals with it, like Modi is compared to Putin, or Modi is compared to a dictator like MBS and all of that. But living out here, I don't feel that, bro. I don't feel it's that extreme. Yeah, things are good and bad, and certain places, there are issues. Yeah, and maybe there are issues that the BJP is not dealing with well, but I don't see it as the extreme that is put out to be, bro.
See, right now,
like fascism and all, when they say that India is a fascist nation and all, I don't believe that, bro.
No, right now what's happened is now we've dealt with a lot of bullshit in the past, and we overcome. We are strong-minded people. We always have the culture of savings. That's why no matter what happens, is wherever there's recession, India is always smart enough to withstand. We have a savings culture. If you're earning 1 lakh rupees, you're earning 10,000 rupees. Smart Indians always save more than half of it. For a bad day. Yeah. So we are like that. We are smart. That's why we are Indians.
Yeah. And that's why Indians have been successful.
And we are hardworking. That you can't take from us. We are very hardworking.
Exactly. So I think Indian principles work well for business. Yes. And Indians have been successful business owners around the world.
Absolutely. We don't follow a 9 to 5, bro. We follow a 9 to 9.
Yeah.
That's why we
get paid, go home.
Yes, get paid. Get paid, go home, repeat. No days off. No fucking days off, bro.
Fuck yeah, bro.
So that's how it goes, G.
Bro. That's a fact.
Yep.
And on the last note, something very interesting I even shared with you. I came across this news which kind of shocked me, bro. That Saudi Arabia is wanting a silent Ramzan. So
that's bad.
MBS,
that's crazy.
Yeah, just released a list of rules and regulations for this Ramzan, and some of them made me feel like this article is fake, but it was CNBC and that level. So the rules are that shorten the prayers, which is shocking. Okay, no eating in the mosque, eating outside the mosque. No loudspeakers. Certain areas loudspeaker
not
at
allowed
1/3 the volume. Okay, no live telecast of religious speeches and of imams giving religious sermons.
Yep.
Okay, not even online.
No iftar meals at the mosque.
In the mosque, then a big imam who was speaking out against Western media, Western culture, movies and stand-up comedy and entertainment as a whole, saying that it's the devil's work, was jailed for 10 years.
Oh.
Yeah. So people are in shock, bro, that what is going on. Saudi being,
correct.
it's the Mecca is there, bro.
Correct.
And he's kind of wanting to westernize. This is a simple
Yes,
sign of that. Listen, I want to westernize. I want to now get all sorts of people.
Tourism.
Tourism.
This is a tourist play.
Yeah, I'm spending billions and billions and billions on developing cities, the futuristic cities in and around.
The issue
Riyadh.
is that no matter what you say right now, the perception of Saudi Arabia is that a little too strict.
Too strict.
You know, can I do this? Can I do that? I don't even know if I can go and have alcohol in public.
Exactly.
What can
Is
I
it
do
an
in Saudi?
country?
It's a very extremist country compared to Dubai.
Exactly.
Dubai is very open, very safe. You know,
The land of influences.
Yeah, very safe. The land of influences. I think that being said, he wants to mirror Dubai.
Yeah.
Right. He's
sure.
trying to mirror Dubai, but I think it's a bit harsh.
Yeah.
You know, because Saudi Arabia is also at the forefront of the Muslim culture.
Because Rahul, just think about it, bro. Like even if you want to bring across
You do
certain
it slowly.
changes, you do it. Usually, it's done so slowly.
You don't just one day be like, this
But
is
imagine the power.
But MBS is known to be that guy.
But just imagine the power he has. That see, bro. I understand he's very powerful, but he's also hurting a lot of religious sentiments, which is. Okay, you have a vision, and fair enough that in the long term it might work out.
Correct.
Your vision, this and that, good or bad, we
Correct.
don't know. But you need to have some authority saying that, bro, abhi yehi hai.
Correct.
Is it up for discussion?
No, but
nahi.
But see, I'll tell you what. In a way, yin and yang. You know, in a way, a country will only develop when you have a strict leader.
Absolutely.
Or when you have a leader that wants to implement things in the same day.
Yeah.
The issue what we face in India is that few laws are not implemented only.
Yeah.
It takes years. But here, this guy's trying to do it the next day, the next year, because he wants to make sure that his tenure, as long as he's alive, he completely transformed the nation.
Yes,
so that also you got to give him props.
Props.
You know, that at least he's actioning things.
No, like he has a strong vision, bro.
Very strong vision, bro. Every fucking Instagram's just showing me these posts, bro. $500 billion ski resort, $1 trillion fucking
Bro, those
town.
renders look unbelievable.
Yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck, bro? Where is this? And this guy has the cash.
Bro, he has the cash.
He has the fucking cash.
He has the cash. He doesn't have the dependency on America.
No ways.
Which is the most important thing right now.
No ways.
And yeah, bro, he's taking these big steps. And kind of Dubai kind of proved it, you know, like the Sheikh of Dubai, the Crown Prince, he proved it because he's said that I have a strong vision, and he implemented that vision and it came true to life. Every time you go to Dubai, you meet someone from Dubai, they'll be like, bro, you don't know what this was 20 years ago. I have seen Dubai, nothing. It's a common statement you hear across, bro. So
Fair
if
enough.
we can do that quick, so you know that, you know, if you take action, kind of, the ideology of the nation will change with you.
With you, correct.
That's possible.
Correct,
Dubai
correct.
proved that.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Dubai is now metropolitan, bro.
Dubai is now
All races,
I would say
all religions.
one of the most popular cities on the planet.
Exactly.
You know,
very forward when it comes to crypto and all of that, you know?
bro, and not only forward, it's imagine like people from, they say that 80% of the population are from different nationalities. They are not Emiratis.
Yeah.
So you're understanding that if you're attracting so many people from different countries,
Dubai has
you're doing
13% Emiratis.
you're doing something right.
You're doing something right.
You know, and then you're attracting wealth, you're attracting money, you're attracting tourism.
And you're giving value to the people who are making that trip to Dubai.
Correct.
Okay, we are coming on a holiday,
Correct.
chalo, it's worth it. Or we are shifting our
Yes,
base out
yes.
here,
It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Definitely a superpower.
Exactly.
When it comes to cities.
Yeah.
You know, I think like majority of the fights are happening in Dubai. There are so many, and Saudi Arabia as well.
On that note, a lot of fights are happening in Saudi.
Yeah, but they're paying absurd amount of money.
Absurd
bro.
amount of money. But you know what they're doing, bro?
What?
Now they're having concerts.
Oh.
Musical concerts were never a thing in Saudi.
Oh.
Nicki Minaj just played, bro, in Saudi.
But alcohol and all can be consumed.
I don't know about that.
That's crazy, bro. Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
Imagine
Anaconda, don't.
Imagine 10 years back if you saw like a concert in Saudi Arabia where a girl was twerking, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
She ain't gonna be twerking, bro. I don't think so.
She's not gonna leave Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, so a lot of music festivals are happening
Smart,
in Saudi.
smart.
A lot of, so these kind of events are happening.
Smart. Very interesting. Let's
very
see,
interesting, bro.
Let's see how Saudi plays out, you know.
Are they going to get themselves?
And
in the
then of course
superpower
they've
talk?
attracted one of the greatest athletes of all time, Ronaldo.
Bro, they never had football.
Yo, now they are fucking. They want all the big stars to come.
All the big
This is what China also did a few years back with football. They started attracting all the top talent with money.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what Saudi Arabia is also doing now.
Yeah.
So makes sense. But they have the cash, bro.
They have the
Cash talks, yo.
Cash talks.
Cash talks, bro. But
Right?
all in all, I'm excited to see where Saudi Arabia goes.
Yeah.
You know?
And Qatar also proved na cash talks, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, you have your problems. Ye, wo don't agree with
Talk
our
about
politics,
us, bad PR. We don't give a fuck.
Sabne dekha na World Cup. Was it not the best World Cup ever?
Then think about it, bro. Qatar, ऐसा था भाई.
Keep complaining.
And on that note,
we'll be back. Ciao, ciao.
Listen and subscribe to Good Life Easy.